Right now, a quiet revolution is unfolding, and not one on factory floors or in boardrooms, but in the way work is being done. Powerful AI agents can now write code, manage workflows, answer emails, schedule meetings, analyze data, and even craft legal briefs. For many, this brings uncertainty. Will my job still exist next year? If AI can do all my tasks better and faster, what role do I play? There is a way forward. It lies in mastering a few skills that matter most, and the guiding light is a principle discovered over a century ago by an Italian economist, the Pareto principle. Now, the 80-20 rule, as it's called, is a principle for focus in the chaos of the modern world. Now, in 1896, Wilfredo Pareto observed a peculiar pattern while studying wealth distribution in Italy. He found that 80% of the land was owned by only 20% of the people. Now, intrigued, he looked elsewhere and found similar patterns. In gardens, 20% of pea pods produced 80% of peas. Over time, others found the same pattern across industries and systems. In business, 80% of profits come from 20% of the consumers. In software development, 80% of the bugs come from 20% of the code. In time management, 20% of your tasks drive 80% of your results. Now, this became known as the Pareto principle, or more casually, the 80-20 rule. It reminds us that a small number of causes often drive the majority of outcomes. Now, in a world overwhelmed with distractions, tasks, and constant change, the Pareto principle is not just helpful, it's essential. It tells us to stop trying to do everything, and instead, focus on the few things that really move the needle. Now, this year marks a pivotal shift in how work is done. We are entering what many are calling the year of the AI agent. Now, AI agents are not just tools. They're autonomous digital workers. Unlike traditional software, which requires constant user input, AI agents can handle complex tasks by themselves, drafting reports, replying to customer queries, generating proposals, or planning travel itineraries. They're fast, always on, and getting smarter by the week. Suddenly, many once secure jobs are vulnerable. Tasks that once needed years of education or hands-on experience can now be done, at least in part, by machines. Writers, coders, analysts, accountants, and even lawyers are discovering that AI can handle much of the routine part of their work. Yet the job market, the educational system, and most businesses are not prepared. Many still train workers for tasks that will soon be obsolete. Workers themselves are unsure of which of their skills are truly future-proof. So what now? Well, here's the good news. AI is brilliant at doing things, but it's not great at understanding, adapting, or rethinking the big picture. And this is where the idea of skill mastery becomes crucial. I'm sure you're familiar with hard skills, that is, the technical abilities that we gain from our qualifications. Things like writing code, managing spreadsheets, or even editing video. But mastery is something deeper. It's not just knowing how to do something, but it's knowing why it matters, when it's useful, and how it connects to other systems. For example, AI can write an article or a blog post, but can it sense when the tone is off for a specific audience? Can it adapt the message to fit a controversial news cycle? Or can it accommodate for a cultural nuance? Can it ethically decide what should be written and what should not? These are human judgments, and they represent the 20% of skills that AI cannot replicate, at least yet. Now, the people who will thrive are not those who know more, but those who have mastered the right things. The Pareto principle applies here again. 20% of your abilities will create 80% of your long-term job security. So what should you focus on now? Well, here are the types of mastery that matter most right now. Meta skills. these are skills that apply across any profession, such as critical thinking, strategic planning, system-level understanding, and even fast learning and sometimes unlearning. It's also making ethical decisions, even when under uncertainty. Second point, interpersonal depth. AI cannot build trust. It doesn't have integrity, empathy, or genuine leadership presence. But you do. So we need to master our communication. We need to master our ability for collaboration and negotiation, but also taking those skills and applying them through teaching others through coaching or mentoring. Point 3, AI fluency. This one should not surprise you. We're not supposed to fear AI. We're meant to leverage it. Those who use AI to multiply their efforts will outpace those who ignore it. Now, that does mean we need to learn prompt engineering. Yes, it's a new concept that's only just been invented in the last few years, but we do need to master it if we want to be able to use AI successfully. Now, we could use AI for things like research, maybe writing, coding, or even idea creation. But it's important to understand the limits of AI, knowing the biases that are present and even the ethical issues that may arise from using AI in our work. Now, in a world where the job market isn't ready, you can be. Now, many companies are still hiring based on degrees and outdated job descriptions. Many schools still teach rote memorization instead of training insight. Most job seekers still chase skills that machines can replicate. But this is your opportunity. These systems may be slow to change, but you can change faster. Start thinking more like this. What value can I create that AI can't replicate? Which 20% of my skills are truly unique, hard to replace, and deeply valuable? If you answer these questions honestly, you'll start to uncover a roadmap for your relevance. Now, as is convention, when we're approaching some sort of life-changing event, I feel like we need to set a plan. Should go with a 4-step plan. Should suit this process well. So grab a pen and paper. Let's make some notes. We'll call it the Pareto principle in practice. Step 1, identify your 20%. List all the tasks that you do in a week, then highlight the ones that do the following. Create the most impact. Require the most creativity or judgment. Involve other people's trust in you. These are your 20%. Invest your time into developing those skills. Second point, level up to seek mastery. Don't just do the task, master the context behind it. Study systems, master strategies, consider identifying high-level patterns. Understand the why behind the what. Point 3, leverage AI to augment or support you. Now, you should really view AI as your sidekick or personal assistant. It's going to help you to automate repetitive work. You can use it for brainstorming or summarizing, drafting ideas, or even organizing your notes. Now, it's going to be really important to learn how to spot when AI gets things wrong. You still have to be an expert. It doesn't get everything right. Point 4, build a second brain. Now, this is a really popular concept in the last couple of years, which is the idea of taking technology, so digital tools like Notion, Obsidian, or my personal favorite, Athene, or even just the tried and tested ChatGPT, or whichever AI model you prefer, DeepSeek, Anthropic, Gemini, Grok, Claude. There are so many. But you could use them to collect your knowledge, track your insights, and create reusable workflows. You need to think like a systems engineer, not just a worker. Now, how do we make our 20% count? Well, in 2025, the future isn't about competing with AI. AI will outperform us on tasks. If not now, in the near future, it will be almost impossible to outcompete. So the goal now is to partner with it and focusing on where it can't go. The Pareto principle shows us that success was never about doing everything, it's just about doing the right things. And skill mastery gives us the leverage to do what machines still can't, which is to understand, adapt, and lead. So take a hard look at what you do now, what you know, and how you think. Then double down on your 20%, because in the age of AI agents, those who master the human edge will not just survive, they'll define the future. If you enjoyed that video, by all means consider subscribing. What is this channel all about? Well, it's all about helping you find your purpose in life, giving you clarity and empowering you with the tools you need to reach the success that you desire. That sounds like something that appeals to you. Definitely consider subscribing and liking, as well as sharing the video with someone that you know that might also benefit. Now, if you want to share your thoughts and expertise on the topic, by all means, go to the comments and leave your opinions. I'll definitely do my best to have a look at all the opinions and give you a response. Now, with that said, I bid you adieu. I need to go and master my 20%. I'll see you on the next video.